Here now, Rick Van House, founder and president of No Advertising and online advertising expert. Wowzers, right? I mean, does this even compare to the past? I mean, are these new astronomical numbers in the ad world?
Yeah, Marni, this is a lot of money. I mean, if you look at the whole cycle, you're over $10 billion is going to be spent on this political campaign. It's huge amounts of money. But, you know, some of these ads are beautiful. This is beautiful stuff. The shots are beautiful. The imagery is beautiful. Certainly the messaging is a little different from each side. You know, one's big, happy platitudes. The other one's kind of forceful tactics and, plans for what somebody's going to do, but so much money being spent here.
I want to pick your ad brain a little bit and take apart some of the more recent ads. So you just saw two of the new ads. Donald Trump is playing more on nostalgia, and he's used some old clips. And I want to show that to folks and then talk about kind of the whiteboarding that might be happening and getting ready to produce an ad like this.
I would love and I would dedicate my life to this country. This country, with the proper leadership, can go on to become what it once was.
Donald Trump has always fought for America, and he always will.
All right, so this is not a divisive ad. This is not, going after immigration and crime. This is Donald Trump's been around for a long time, wants to do good. What do you think was happening when they were throwing ideas up against the drawing board for this one?
Yeah, well, in the ad business, we say content is king, right? And who doesn't have better content than Donald Trump? I mean, the guy's a billionaire. He's been famous for decades. You really just kind of easy one here. I mean, pictures of him in the limo. He's been on Oprah. He's been on Letterman. He's been everywhere. There's so much content. It's just picking the best ones and putting them together in a piece that gets his base kind of nostalgic about his history. And I mean, the guy's said so many things, some of it great, some of it more wild. Content. It's easy with this guy. It's everywhere.
And the play on nostalgia, right? The old clips. What type of value does that have?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to remind you that he's been around, right? It's this historic tradition of a guy that's been in business, who's been a part of New York City in the United States, who's been doing this for decades and decades of being successful and bringing that older audience and reminding him that, hey, this guy's made it big, and hopefully he can do that again when he comes back to the White House is kind of what they're trying to portray here.
You almost wonder too, Rick, if there's like a double edge to it, that Kamala Harris is new to the game, right? People don't know as much about her. That's been her challenge. Here's her ad.
As president, I'll bring a new generation of leadership. I'll take on price gouging and bring down the cost of groceries and housing and prescriptions. I'll fight for your freedom to make your own choices, and I will protect your health care and your benefits, not take them away.
So here, Rick, she's kind of leaning into the newness, like out with the old, in with the new, pick me because I have fresh ideas.
Yeah, I mean, new has been something that has sold for years and years and years. You have new packaging, new formula, new everything. So this is really a smart attitude going to show that you're somebody new. And listen, she's not a spring chicken by any means, but compared to Trump and President Biden, she is kind of the young choice. So this concept of new, I think, is really interesting. It's hard to kind of say brand new after 3.5 years, but still, she's never been president. She would probably bring a great new spin to the White House, and I think it's smart of them to use this tactic. New sells.
And both of the campaigns pouring so much money into this final stretch this last week. What does the data show, Rick, about how much that can influence momentum and voters as they head to the polls today? There must be something to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people say the books are cooked at this point. There's very few people that are going to be swayed. I think it's just like telling your customers in the business world, like, hey, still believe in me, keep believing in me. You're building that kind of loyalty with your brand, so to speak. I think the interesting thing here is that linear TV as a whole is still the biggest pie here, but the shift is happening. We're seeing more money going to digital advertising, more money going into the programmatic space, more time being spent on podcasts. I mean, Kamala went on many podcasts. Trump went on many podcasts. I don't think we've seen this happen before. The shift is happening, and we see that with our clients. The shift away from linear into digital is really making an impact. And I think it's because the younger audience wants more information. They want to see more than a 30 or a 60-second ad. They want to hear these people talk and understand what they stand for through a normal conversation.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation.